Welcome to the Blueprint to an Effective Email Campaign. I could begin and end with just the outline of an email campaign. It's a highly successful campaign. But before we dive into that outline, I want to give you an overview of my entire email campaign process. It's a broad stroke of my integrated conversion model. I'm going to give you the psychological background of how and why you should put a set of a certain type of emails in a very specific order, so you can literally drive your subscribers to the place where they feel compelled to purchase from you. I've developed this model and discovered these concepts through more than 6 years of testing out different email styles, testing open rates, click-through rates, and even testing in-depth concepts. For example, if someone reads a particular kind of email today, then 3 days later I launch something, are they more or less likely to buy during the launch? I've tested everything. The research that has gone into this literally over 6 years of personal email. On average, I send an email a day in my autoresponder, and sometimes I also send a broadcast, which means 2 emails in a given day. So that's an email a day over 6+ years. That's conservatively over 2,000 emails, of which I have tracked and studied many. In addition, many of these emails were parts of sequences, and I've gone back and studied the sequences in detail. What I've discovered in the course of doing this is something I believe no one else on this earth teaches. I've found that there are a few people who do something similar, but it's just the way they naturally email. They don't teach it, and many of them are in different markets, so they would never teach this type of thing. They just happen to do it because they've found that if they email this way, they get more of a response from their list. What I have done is create a blueprint, and I'm going to give it to you in this class. This will give you a sample of the first 21 days. Literally, I'm going to go day by day of what kind of email you should send on each day. I'm not going to write these emails out for you word for word because everyone is in a different niche. Even if everybody that takes this class is in the same niche, you wouldn't want to compete with everyone using the exact same emails in the exact same sequence, saying the exact same thing. Now, having said that, after this training, you'll be able to write your own emails. I'm going to give you recommendations and proven best practices. For example, you'll know what email to send first, which one to send second, third, fourth, and so on. In this class, I'm going to give you the psychology of why we use each of these emails so that you'll be able to see why we are putting these emails together in a certain way. However, my disclaimer is this. Once you see this all written out, once you read over the sequence and you study it, then you go write your emails and you put them in your campaign, you might start to think, maybe I'll move number 4 to where email number 5 is. Maybe on my list, based on my interaction with my list, the psychology is a little different. Maybe email 23 should go where email 2 is, etc. You want to have total flexibility to say, this is the recommended model, but maybe I'll make some tweaks that might work better for my list. As we get into the main content of the class, I'll dig into how to write each kind and each type of email. But I'm going to be teaching you about these overall email types in the class. A credibility email, a content email, an engagement email, an interactive email, a homework email, a question-based email, a thought-based email, pre-launch emails, launch emails, an announcement email, and a post-launch email. I teach you how to write all these types of emails and where to put them in this class. Again, in this class, I am giving you the blueprint, the psychology behind each of these different types of emails. And when you study each one of these lessons, you're going to take those pieces, you're going to study them, and you'll fully understand how to write each different type of email and put those into the sequences that go out to your list. It's kind of like if you're building a house. Before you get your house built, you'll need to go to the architect and get a blueprint. Your blueprint will have walls, where the plumbing goes, all the rooms laid out, everything a builder would need in order to complete the house. This is like that blueprint, just for your email business. And we're going to go deeper, and I'm also going to give you the psychology behind the blueprint. Okay, with that, let's jump right in.